everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a productive, essentially Sunday reset, but it's actually Monday because it is a holiday here in Canada. So I'm doing my reset today, but regardless, I want to go into this week prepared. I want to be productive. I want to be on my shit. I want to be healthy. I want to make sure like my body, my energy, my everything is good for this week going in. If you guys watched last week's video, the one where I posted about POV, you're finally showing up for yourself again, you guys know that this summer I really want to just pour into myself and take care of myself, stop doing the bare minimum, make myself proud, and get on my shit. And in order to do that, we need to prepare ourselves week after week. Now for me, every week looks different, but I like to do a few things to kind of set myself up for success. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. I actually just came back from hot yoga, which was the perfect way to end a weekend full of shenanigans and celebrating, which again, if you guys watched that video, that vlog, which I'll have a link down below if you're new and you haven't watched it. This weekend felt so amazing and so fun because I spent the entire week showing up for myself, staying on routine, doing my work, leaving my weekend open to just have such a good time. I literally can't wait for this week and how productive that I'm going to be so that next weekend will feel kind of the same. And next weekend I'm actually going to Bryson Tiller. I don't know, it's just like summer in the city, okay? The sun is out. We are alive. Just got back from yoga, like I said, and I just came out of the shower. I just washed my face with a soy cleanser from Fresh Beauty, and then I just put on this hyaluronic serum from Innisfree. I've really been liking Innisfree. I'm gonna go with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Serum. I like this serum because it has some vitamin C in it, so it brightens your skin, and I can still apply makeup afterwards because sometimes when you put on certain serums, you can't, like your makeup will pill. Anyways, I'm not even putting on makeup today. So what we have on the list is, well, I kind of already did it, some self-care. I need to plan out my week. I need to tidy up my place. I also want to make some pasta so that I can have prepared for the week, so I have everything ready to go. Now actually, because today is a holiday, I went to the grocery store yesterday to get all of my stuff so that I can have all my food and everything for today, but also the week moving forward, which is always a pro tip. If you want to have a very productive week, you have to think ahead. Same thing goes with if you want to start waking up earlier, or if you just want to get back on a routine, you got to get into bed a little bit earlier. You might have to prepare yourself and support yourself so that you can ease yourself into new habits. That is just something that is so key with change in your life. So I love doing stuff for my hair, like a deep conditioner mask or a hot oil treatment, which is what I've been doing recently, especially after a weekend of doing my hair, whether I'm doing my natural hair or I'm doing a slick back, ponytail, whatever the case is. Usually I'm putting gel in my hair, I am having it in like tight buns, or regardless, even if I'm having my natural hair out, there's just like a lot of things being done to it. So I really have been wanting to stick to at least once a week doing a hot oil treatment and or a deep conditioner. So I went into the shower, I detangled my hair with a deep conditioner, which I'm using Love Your Curls deep conditioner. I really like it. I detangled my hair. What I usually like to do, because I have really curly hair, is I actually go in usually with a conditioner first to detangle my hair, and then if I'm shampooing my hair that day, which I don't do it every single day. And by the way, every time I'm in the shower, I detangle my hair. I have to. Like, I basically have to brush my hair every single day and detangle it properly, or it will get matted and it will, like, my hair will break. Well, not break, but like, you know what I mean. So instead of using regular conditioner, I just did the deep conditioner because I figured I might as well use that. And then I washed that out, and then I used their shampoo, which I really like, their clarifying shampoo, and obviously just really got into the roots. I usually do that like once a week. And then I went in with, right now I'm using Carol's Daughter Goddess Strength 7 Oil Blend, which is basically done. So I just lathered my hair with that oil. It's in here right now. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna sit under my hot cap. And I think I keep forgetting to link this. I don't know. Actually, I think it might be in my Amazon, whatever. I'll have it linked down below if you're interested. I've had this for so long, throughout my entire natural hair journey, which has been a very long time. I think I stopped putting heat, wearing extensions, and chemically straightening my roots and my actual, like all of my curls really, back in like 2018. So it's been a long time, and I've had this throughout the entire time. So when I put deep conditioner or hot oil in my hair, I always like to set it, not really set it, but allow it to really penetrate my hair and get deep into my hair follicles with a hot cap. So I just put this over my head and I let it sit for like 45 minutes to an hour, whatever. And then I will usually keep the oil in my hair, which I'm gonna do tonight, or sometimes the deep conditioner, and then I just wash it out in the morning. Or if for some reason I just want like my regular products, I'll go back into, I won't go into the shower, but I'll flip my head over the tub, wash it out, and then I'll go in and like rake in all my products. So as I do this, I like to habit stack, okay? And if you don't know what habit stacking is, it's basically doing two things at once. It's basically multitasking. It's basically being efficient with your time and your energy, especially when you're trying to implement new habits into your life, kind of just like making it an easy thing. So let's say you sit and you scroll on TikTok all the time, but you want to get back on your shit. You can, I mean, obviously we know scrolling on TikTok is like not the best, but if you were going to scroll on TikTok, like put a hot oil treatment in your hair, like wear a face mask, do something. Or if you're not used to making your bed every single morning, but you are used to making your coffee every morning, every single time you make your coffee, you're gonna make your bed as your coffee is brewing. Things like that, right? We're just being efficient, we're just being productive. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sit underneath this and I'm gonna plan out my week, and then I'll explain to you what I do. I didn't do like a full body everything shower because I basically did that this weekend. So I just went in after my shower and used Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Body Oil Mist. This is like, I'll put you on game right now, go get it. Go get it. It's not a hot girl summer without this oil. I am gonna do a self tanner next week because I really wanna try it because I've been sent so much self tanner. So I'm just gonna do it, but that's gonna be for next weekend. So let's get to planning. Before I do my planning and basically my entire reset today, I am quickly just having a bagel with turkey bacon and eggs because you need to be fueled. If I start doing things and I'm not correctly fueled, I will get more irritated than need be. So I'm gonna quickly eat this, put on my hot cap, and then we'll get to planning. We are done planning. I just took off my hot cap because it's been a little while. My hair feels so moisturized. Like there's just something about doing a hot oil treatment that my hair just loves. So the planner that I'm currently using is from Indigo Chapters, which is in Canada, but I usually like to get my planners from a bookstore because I just feel like they have the best ones. But I think having a planner is so key, no matter what age you are, what you have going on in your life, if you work for yourself, if you don't, like I just don't see how I could accomplish the amount of things that I accomplish if it's not for having a planner. I also use my notes app and I use Notion. Now, I usually use Notion for content ideas, and then my planner is obviously what I'm doing on a day-to-day / week-to-week basis, and then I'll go into my Notion, let's say, and I'll go through and kind of pick out what podcast episodes or what videos that I want to be recording for the week to come, and then I put it in my actual schedule so that way, okay, I see next week I am recording my podcast episode and that specific episode is going to be about toxic habits, or I'm going to be filming a decluttering vlog, or whatever the case is. It's important that I have a planner because then I can look at the Notion ideas that I have for my YouTube channel and I can kind of like see where it makes the most sense for me to record a video. So let's say I have like 3 video ideas that I really want to do. A June reset video, a glow up video, and a like healthy habits or like a morning routine. I'm gonna look on my weekly schedule and see where it makes the most sense for me to film the glow up video. Now, next weekend, I'm going to a concert, and I know because I'm going to that concert, I'm gonna wanna look good, I'm gonna wanna do a lot of self-care. So in my planner, I am going to choose the day that I'm actually going to that concert to film that video because it makes more sense. So that's kind of how I plan. A lot of people kind of ask me, but in my planner, what I like to do first is to fill in all the days that I'm going to be doing my workouts. Now, every week is kind of different in terms of what days I'm working out, just depending on what I did last. Like if I was really, really sore today, then I wouldn't be planning a workout for tomorrow, even if it was Monday. But right now I spend at least 2 to 3 times in the gym weightlifting, mainly for my legs, but I have been incorporating one day where it's more upper body, and then 2 to 3 classes a week for hot yoga. It just depends on the week. It depends how much time I have. If I'm on my period, I probably will go less, but that's basically what I do. I weight train and I use ClassPass for hot yoga. I have 20 free credits you can use if you want to try ClassPass. I think it's amazing. I am obsessed with it, and that's where I book all my classes. And this is why I like to plan on Sundays, or I mean today is a Monday, but technically it's a Sunday. Why I like to plan this way is because I know going into the week, like what days I'm going to be needing to do my leg days, or what days I'm going to the gym, and also to pre-book my classes. So I figured out which days I want to do hot yoga. I'm going to be doing it. I did it today actually. So my next one will be on Thursday, and then I'm going to do another one probably on Saturday. So I go into my app and I make sure that those are booked, and then obviously I just write in when I'm going to go to the gym. The next thing that I always do is write in when I'm going to be filming my podcast episodes. So I have a podcast, if you are new, the Glow Up Secrets podcast. I have a second channel, but I also have it on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. So I like to look at my week and see where it makes the most sense to record my podcast episode. Obviously to give my editor enough time to also edit the podcast and to get it out. So I'm going to be doing that on Wednesday. And sometimes what I like to do is when I'm recording my podcast episode, because I get ready, which I don't always put on makeup and always get ready. I usually only do that if I'm going out, if I have an event, or if I'm recording my podcast. So because I'm doing my podcast, I kind of like to be efficient with my days. Since I'm getting ready, I try to film any sort of short form content or take any photos, or for whatever reason, try and add a few more work things that require me to be on camera. And if I want to look good, I obviously I'm not wearing anything. I don't really care too much, but I do like to get ready for my podcast. So I have a few days that are content days. Of course, like I said, it'll be on the weekend for this week coming up, and also Wednesday. And all the other days, basically, I just have editing. Editing is a very big thing that I do throughout the week, or like on a week-to-week basis. I do a lot of editing for my main channel. And then I always just like add in the days where I need to make any phone calls. I also do one-on-one coaching. If you're interested in working with me, you can check the link down below. I have all the information. I take on a few clients here and there, so I will add their call sessions into my calendar as well. I have therapy in here. I'm also studying, so I always just try to put that on there so I just remember to keep studying. And that's really it. I make sure that I'm not too strict with my schedule because things come up and things change. Also, I do a lot of brand work. So I work with different brands and I have to record either short form or maybe it's on YouTube, which sometimes that will change the content ideas that I have for that week or maybe the next week. So I will change things up if I need to. But I think this is just a really good way for you to feel productive before even doing anything, is to have a plan. And like I said in last week's vlog, I am on a new work schedule where what I'm trying to do, at least, I'm not gonna be flawless, but I am doing a Monday to Friday schedule. So I'm really trying to stick to a sleep wake cycle, like waking up at a certain time, going to sleep at a certain time from Monday to Friday, and really just staying off my phone and really doing a lot of deep work sessions, meaning I am off my phone. I have screen time limits on my phone. I'm on D&D most of the week and I am really zoning in. I'm doing deep work. I'm doing a lot of editing. I'm editing more on a more frequent basis versus leaving it kind of to the last minute. I am also making sure that I'm cooking for myself and doing all the things that I need to do. And then on the weekends, I kind of give myself a little bit more relax. But even this weekend, I ended up waking up early and even going to the gym and being productive. So I feel like naturally, when you start taking care of yourself and being on a sleep schedule or just a nice routine, you kind of crave doing it on the weekends. At least I did for myself, but I also did let myself go on my phone and stuff, but it felt really earned because I was really productive throughout the week. Now, the nature of my content, I do film some stuff during the weekends, just depending on what I'm doing. Like next week I will be filming, but a goal that I have for myself is to no longer edit, unless I obviously have to, but no longer edit on the weekends because it just really annoys me, especially if I do have to film and to edit. It just feels like I never have weekends when I do that, and there's just no need for it as long as I'm staying up to date on it throughout the week and touching a video every single day, which actually helps me personally because If I try and sit for too long on one thing, I get really antsy and then I start getting annoyed, and then my work becomes really half-assed. Like I will stop things, or I will cut corners, or I don't know, like I just like lose concentration. I think even when it comes to like studying and stuff, like breaking it up into smaller chunks for me personally really helps. And it also just allows me to have great clarity when it comes to actually producing something and less overwhelmed. When I start to feel overwhelmed and I'm putting a lot of things on my plate, like even throughout the week, I will dread it more. I will procrastinate on it more. I will make it up in my head as something super, super big. So I like to take things very slow. I like to do things more in like bite-sized pieces, especially when you're like implementing new habits and things like that. So anyways, that's all I'm doing for this week. Now I do a bigger planning session when it comes to a new month. So I'm actually gonna be posting a June reset video. So that'll be coming out very soon, where I do goals, I do a new mood board, I'm gonna be doing my finances, and just like some other things that I need to do, like a digital detox is something that I really wanna do. Like I gotta go through my notes app and just get rid of some stuff, like photos, things like that. So I'll do that in the June reset. Now the next thing I like to do is to meal prep or just like grocery shop. Now, like I said, I already went grocery shopping, so I will insert a clip here of all the things that I got. So I kind of have 3 different meal ideas for the week. So I have my classic steak with a vegetable on the side. I'm gonna be making a pasta, and then I have an eggs and bacon like situation for breakfast, and then I also have some snacks, of course. So I got 3 grass-fed steaks. I always just get a bunch because I'll just put them in the freezer and pull one out every single time that I want to make one, and I make them all the time, you guys know. And last week I actually got this salad kit, but it was really good, and I feel like I kind of just want to keep it easy this week and just mix this up with a steak on the side. Also, if you watched last week's vlog, I had a ancient grain like quinoa rice mix, so I'll have that alongside of this. So I didn't obviously get it because I didn't need it. So this is maple tahini crunch, and this one is matcha broccoli crunch with like matcha dressing, which is really good. I love them. So that's gonna be one meal, and then I'm gonna do a pasta because I've been in my pasta era. So I got these rigatoni noodles because I feel like this is a good noodle to have with like a rosé sauce. I was kind of feeling a rosé. Last week I made a chicken Alfredo, so I'm gonna do that with the ground beef. I feel like ground beef is great with like a more rosé sauce, and it has a lot of protein. Of course, anytime I'm gonna have pasta, I will always add some sort of protein because I feel like that's just like a well-rounded meal and it helps me hit my protein. In the mornings, so last week I got bagels, but the issue that I'm having is that I don't have the biggest appetite in the mornings, and I felt like the eggs and turkey bacon that I was having on the bagels that I had was too much. So then I wouldn't eat that in the morning, and I would eat something small like watermelon, and then I would have this post-workout. But I'm really trying to have like a full meal before I even go work out or do anything like in the morning. So I ended up thinking about getting these English muffins just because they're smaller, which will help me be able to build up my appetite to be able to eat a little bit more. So I got some whole wheat English muffins, I got some turkey bacon, and I also have pasture-raised eggs still in my fridge, and when I run out, I'll just go back to the grocery store this week. I also got some marbled cheese. I like this. Sometimes I have tortilla chips and I'll put some marbled cheese on it and maybe like cut up a steak and put it on top of it if I want for like a Friday night dinner. And then I usually have like plain Greek yogurt with salsa. So good. So I like to have this on hand. But I was also thinking about adding a little bit of this to the pasta. I feel like that would be really good. Of course, I got another watermelon. Dude, I think I went through, if I were to actually think about it, I probably had 2 full watermelons last week. I just keep going to the grocery store and getting these half slices and then cutting them up and putting them in the fridge so that I can have as a snack. I am loving it. I've always loved watermelon, and I always say this, if I was stranded on an island and I had to pick a food source to sustain me for the whole entire time that I was there, I always say watermelon because I feel like watermelon keeps me really hydrated, but it's sweet and I don't get sick of it. Like I really don't. Anyways, just a hypothetical, obviously. I got a gingerade kombucha because the ones that I got at Farm Boy, they weren't carbonated enough. So I'm going back to Synergy. They also just didn't have Synergy there, and this is my favorite brand. So I like to add this with some orange juice and just have a little bit of like a mocktail situation on the side of usually dinner. I feel like that's like the best. And then I got some of my half and half cream. I still have some milk from last week, and then I get some plain Greek yogurt, no sugar added. And I do this because I'll add this into my smoothies, but I also use this in place of sour cream. So if I wanted that nacho situation, I can have that on the side, or if I was making a wrap, I can add that. But also when I make my Greek yogurt bowls, I just add a little bit of honey. I just think that if I can avoid having any sort of added flavors into things, I might as well, and just add a little bit of my own sweetener. I just find, one, they're way too sweet, but two, usually when you get things with, like, let's say this was vanilla, they just add way too many different ingredients that are just not needed. So I always tend to pick up things if they're gonna be like, you know, more processed and stuff. Obviously, I don't eat every single thing as whole food. That's fine. I just try and look at the ingredients if I can. So that's that. I also got some new tooth head brushes because when I was sick, I obviously wanted to throw mine out, but I actually needed a new one anyways. Now, for the most part, this is going to last me the week because I'm gonna make like a big batch of this, and then I have these steaks over here. But you know, sometimes I'll run to the grocery store if I need. Sometimes I'm not even eating all of this. I also have my protein stuff that I can have in place of things. So I just like to kind of have a rough idea of some of the meals and have something prepared, so that way I'm not eating during the week, but also not just on a whim going out and eating random things because I have nothing. Like, I don't want to do that. I want to set myself up for success. I'm going to the gym, I'm going to yoga, I'm taking care of myself. I need to fuel my body in the correct way. So this is what it looks like for this week. Sorry, last thing I forgot to mention, I got these Smart Sweets, and it's so funny because I just said ingredients, but I also am balanced, so I don't mind sometimes having something like this. And honestly, I don't know what it is about these specifically. I haven't found any other ones that I love yet. I haven't tried them all, but I will say there's something about these Swedish fish ones that I love. I eat them up. So I find that this is just like a good little snack along with some chocolate if I want. But lately, honestly, I have been choosing this over any sort of like packaged Smart Sweets or even chocolate, which I'm happy about because fiber, more natural, obviously, but I really do like these, so I figured I would have them on hand. So since I have the time, I am going to make the pasta, and then I'm just gonna tidy my space because I love to have a nice clean space. I also got a new duvet cover and I'm currently washing it, so we'll put that on the bed and you guys can see that. Also, like I said in the haul, I got a new toothbrush. I wanna put the new toothbrush head on my toothbrush and do a little bit of a refresh, so let's get to it. Update, the pasta is done. So I cooked the grass-fed ground beef in this pan, and then I just threw in the pasta noodles. I mean, this is probably not the right pan to use, but it fits everything, so I don't really care. I'm honestly quite a lazy cooker, okay? So I'm just happy that I've been switching some things up because usually I just have steak every single day. I am so excited to eat this throughout the week. So obviously this is gonna last me a few days, so I'm just gonna put it in a Tupperware and eat it for either lunch or dinner, depending on what I'm feeling like. I did add a little bit of cheese in here, but when I warm it up on the days that I actually have it, I'll probably just top it off with a little bit of cheese. And like I said, for my other meals, the steak and the quinoa and the salad kit, I will just make as I go throughout the week because obviously I just cook my steak when it's time to cook it. I just cook it on the stove and only a few minutes each side, and I make it medium rare. It's very, very easy. That's why I like steak, because it's so easy to make on the stovetop. So let me put this away and then I'm gonna do the dishes. Okay, so another thing that I've needed to do since I've been sick is to change my toothbrush head. So just a little reminder, change your toothbrush head because you probably need to. Now, as you saw, I just put hot water and apple cider vinegar in a little container, and I put my tongue scraper in there because I want to obviously wash that as well. And I just like dipped my little electric toothbrush. This will be linked down below if you want it. Baby pink Philips toothbrush. But since I've been sick, and also I got a gummy smile procedure. Basically, they just raised my gum line to show more of my teeth. So since I've gotten that done, which has been like a month and a half now, I had to use a very, very soft slash no toothbrush like near the tops of my gums. So I've actually just been using like disposable toothbrushes for a while now, and then I ended up getting sick, so then I ended up going back to these disposable ones just until I was not sick anymore, because I didn't want to use my electric toothbrush one because I don't want to throw them out because they're expensive. Also, when I was looking for the toothbrush heads, I was on FaceTime with my friend who's a dental hygienist, and I was asking her like which toothbrush head to get, and she told me that you're really always supposed to get soft toothbrush heads, whether it is for your electronic one or even if you're just using like a regular one. She said that the medium to hard ones should not even be on the market, and you really should just not be using that because it is way too hard on your gums. Now, I've been using a soft one because I had a gum procedure, so I was like thinking, maybe I should continue to keep using the soft because I want to make sure that I'm not like undoing anything. Everything is healed, but I obviously don't want to ruin anything. So when she told me that, I was like, okay, perfect. So just a little tip or reminder, and I'm sure maybe some of you guys work in the dental industry, so maybe you can back her up or back me up with that. I don't know. But it kind of does make sense. Like, we shouldn't really be brushing too hard on our gums. And I think I've been hyper aware of that since I've gotten that procedure. And actually, a thing that I wrote on my planner for this week is to finally make a dentist appointment at her office to get Invisalign, because that was the next thing that I was going to be doing for my teeth. I didn't know if I was going to have to do Invisalign before the gum procedure, but I was recommended to just do it before. So now I'm going to be going in and getting all the scans and everything that I need again. I actually already did a consultation, but then we decided to do my gum lift first. So I got to go back, and I'm also going to a new place because, well, I'm going to my friend's dental place because they do Invisalign for way cheaper than the other one that I was quoted, which is always so great to just know people in certain industries, because when you know people, then you be saving money, I swear. Anyways, this is nice and clean. I obviously just scraped my tongue. I honestly don't remember where I got this from, but if I do have it linked, then it will be on my Amazon. There we go, nice and clean. Even our teeth are ready for a new week. Also, I was recommended this like a long time ago. This is a different type of toothpaste that apparently helps remineralize your teeth. So if you've ever had any like really bad cavities, or if you've had like gingivitis or issues with enamel on your teeth, apparently this is really good to brush your teeth with. Or what I was recommended is to put a little bit of this on my teeth where I want to like remineralize them and make them really healthy and strong, and like let it sit on there, and then I usually just go to sleep. I don't use this every single time. I don't actually brush my teeth with this. Like, I use Sensodyne Pro Enamel toothpaste, but I have this as well because that's something that I've needed for my teeth, and I've had a long teeth journey. I have talked about it on the podcast, I think, but I grew up not having a lot of money to get work done to my teeth. I didn't take care of my teeth. I just didn't have the best oral hygiene, even though, yes, I did brush my teeth. But I think sometimes when you're young, you just don't really, sometimes you're just not taught, but even if you're taught, sometimes you just don't care, which is not a reason. And like, I know there's a lot of young people who take care of their teeth, but I did the bare minimum, I guess, when I was like younger. And also I did have acid reflux when I was younger as well, which really did not help the enamel of my teeth. I just like wasn't that good with them. So I had to do a lot of work on them. I had to get a lot of cavities filled. I had to get a root canal. I had to do all of the things, but I'm in such a different place with my teeth now. Like in my 20s, I was like, absolutely not. We need healthy teeth. We need good teeth. So I have been on a very strict oral hygiene teeth journey for a very long time. And some of the things that are a part of my journey was definitely doing the gum lift. I really wanted that for a very, very long time. I learned to be really happy with my smile though and accept myself and not like hate myself until I got that procedure done though. That's something I'd spoken about on the podcast, because I think it's just always good to kind of love yourself through all your flaws and just know that, like, for me, I knew that if I never decided to get that gum lift, I'd be fine and I'm beautiful and my smile is unique and amazing. Like, a lot of people like it. Like, it's just like a personal preference thing. And I was still back and forth. I was kind of like, I don't really need to get it. Maybe I will. And then I finally was like, yeah, okay, I want to get it. So anyways, I say all that to say, even like with my Invisalign, like I could go the rest of my life not getting Invisalign. I'm only really getting it because I want to close this gap in my tooth, and it was actually bigger, but I had composite filling be put on my teeth to kind of close it, but they didn't close it all the way because it would make my teeth look too wide because my gums were pretty low. Anyways, I want to get that removed, and my teeth are actually very straight for somebody who's never had braces, so I would really only be benefiting from Invisalign for the gap, but also there is some crowding of my teeth and like a little bit of misalignment, which again, I could live my entire life not getting it. Like, it is actually okay. And I think that maybe if you're ever struggling with, you know, teeth insecurities, because I feel like a lot of people just do not talk about it. I don't know. I feel like when I grew up, like, I, for the most part, was around people who either had enough money to get braces or to get work done. They had parents with insurance, or I don't know, like I had like eating habits that kind of affected my teeth, which I feel like a lot of people don't talk about, especially when it comes to like eating disorders and things of that nature. So I don't know, I'm just saying that because I've been there and I've slowly worked my way out of those things. I worked really, really hard to pay out of my pocket to get my teeth fixed when I realized, oh, there's some stuff that needs to be done. And I'm at a place where now I can consider doing something if I want, for like a vanity metric type of thing, which would be Invisalign. But regardless, the first thing I always wanted was healthy teeth. And healthy teeth are different than beautiful, aesthetically pleasing looking teeth, okay? Like, people can have really, really healthy teeth, and to you, they might not look like perfect veneers. And that's what I always think about myself in general, is like, am I healthy? Are my teeth healthy? Is my body healthy? Do I have muscle? Is my hair growing? I don't care how long my hair is. Is my hair healthy? Is my hair growing? Like, I want those things first in place, and then we can focus on, oh yeah, I want my hair longer. I want my butt to look a certain way, or I want my teeth to be like, you know, things like that. But in general, I like to focus on, am I healthy? And when it comes to your teeth, are you flossing every single night? Are you brushing your teeth twice a day? And when you do have any sugar or caffeine or things that could stain your teeth or sit on your teeth that are not healthy, are you using a mouthwash? Are you brushing your teeth again? Like, sometimes if I'm having any sort of candy right after, I will just go brush my teeth, because I honestly can't fathom letting sugar sit on my teeth. It's probably just because I've been so hyper aware of cavities and like all of the, not trauma, but I have been in a dentist chair too many times to even count. Like, I have been literally there way too many times. So I will do those things. I'm not perfect. Obviously, if I go out and I have an ice cream, I can't just go brush my teeth, and that's fine. I'm not like obsessing over it. But if I'm at home, I'm gonna do that. If I have coffee, sometimes I use a mouthwash. I tend to drink things with straws, so I find that I don't usually get any staining. I feel like I have naturally pretty white teeth without having any whitening or anything like that done to my teeth. And everyone is different. But I think taking care of your teeth health is not that hard. The extras are just extras, like I showed you with the tongue scraper and even that special toothpaste. Although I do think a tongue scraper is actually really good for your health, but I mean, you can just brush your tongue if you don't want to get that. Okay. Everything is clean. I'm gonna quickly show you some of the spots that I cleaned and my new duvet, even though when this video comes out, if you've watched my deep cleaning, you've already seen it, but it's fine. So I just organized and cleaned up everything in the washroom. There was not too much that I needed to clean. There's so many products here, but I am actually using them all, so that's fine. We have the toothbrush, the whole situation, everything is nice and clean. I cleaned the window here as well. There's another little hand towel and face towel here, but I need to wash it, which is fine. And I just dusted everything for the toilet as well. We organized the shoes here. I would like to organize it a little better in terms of colors of heels. It's so funny because when I go out on the weekend, this area is an absolute mess. Like I have all of my heels basically all around here until I come back home. So I needed to organize that, but I'm really happy with my shoe collection or my heel selection this year, really. I feel like I have all the staple shoes that are super, super cute in basically every color that I need. So I feel like I'm set for the summer. And then we have my sneakers down here. I still need to wash my winter boots. They're not like really winter boots, but they're Uggs. I know you can't really see them, but whatever. I need to put those away because we do not need them anymore. Vacuum the floors so everything is nice and clean here. This is my podcast studio. I mean, nothing new here really. I have my hairpiece drying because I wore it this weekend, so I'll put it away when I need. I filled up my water tank. This water tank filters out fluoride. This little like round thing there is filtering out the fluoride, and then it drops down into here where there's mineral rocks, and I forget what these pebbles are, but they basically add back in minerals to your water. We clean the kitchen, of course. This is like a non-negotiable. I honestly make sure that my kitchen is cleaned every single night. Obviously there's maybe a few nights out of the month where I don't really need to, but for the most part, everything's getting cleaned. And then I put all of my dishes to dry in the dishwasher here. So actually tomorrow morning when I take them out, I am gonna clean this. So I'm just gonna put some solution in there and let it run. I wipe down the cabinets because they get really dirty just because of how it's just the color, I guess, in the glaze. I don't know. So I'm always touching it. I made sure to water my plants, which this guy, I mean, he's struggling a little bit, but we're gonna revive him. It's fine. I have asked my plant friends how to revive, and we're getting on it. It's a journey. It's fine. But you know what? Honestly, like I've had this plant since last fall, so I did a good job at keeping him alive. Like he was thriving through the winter when I was not thriving, miss. So you know what? We're fine. I love this plant though. Everything is cleaned here. I mean, I just needed to pick everything up and wipe down the table. My workstation as well is, I mean, it's pretty standard. And then we have the new comforter. I didn't actually wash my white sheets because I'm gonna do a self-tan at some point this week, and I do not want to, like, I'm gonna have to wash them again. So I'm just gonna leave them. They're not really that dirty anyways. I made sure to water this plant as well. I made sure to dust off my book area and even the side tables. We got the inhale, exhale going on here, which I feel like now my room is filled with enough things like on the wall and stuff that I feel like it's an actual room. I felt like for the longest time it wasn't. And also I had a duvet cover that was basically white. So I just felt that it was too white and too plain. Now going into the new week, I'm actually gonna start this book, Cultish. I have had this book for years. Literally bought this years ago and I just never read it. I feel like probably why I never read it was because anything that I was interested in when it came to like cults and cult behavior, I would watch YouTube commentary videos on this, so maybe I just felt like I didn't need to. So I'm gonna start this, which is gonna be different than like a self-development book. I'm still reading the You Are the Placebo book, which I just like to pick up and read whenever. So that is gonna be the new read for the week. Alrighty, everything is done and I'm feeling very ready for a productive week, which is nice because it's also going to be a short week because today is Monday and I have exciting things going on next weekend. Like I am just so here for having a life. I feel like back in the day, I did not know how to have a work-life balance or just like a healthy lifestyle balance because I was such a perfectionist that it was like all or nothing. And I think it's taken me many years to figure out, you know, how to, first of all, set healthy boundaries, but also how to not be such a perfectionist so that I can actually live my life and go and experience life, the life that I've built and continue to work on without feeling bad about it. And also not being a stress case when I was out of routine, because I used to be like that. And for anyone who might be struggling with that, I get you. I feel like I probably do a pretty good job at giving you guys tips when it comes to that. I'm also still always learning, and there's different seasons of my life where I'm more of a hermit, more of a need to and want to just work on myself and my life. And then other seasons of my life, I am not really doing much, and I feel like right now in my life I'm really trying to focus on that balance, especially because summer is coming. And I do talk about that in my book, The Ultimate Globe Guide, if you're struggling with perfectionism. So I'll link that down below if you're interested. But one thing actually that I like to do on Sundays, if I've gone out, and I don't go out every single weekend, I definitely will probably start going out more now that it's summer, but I like to post a weekend photo dump. And mind you, I usually do this on the weekends, even if I don't go out. If I've just had like a chill weekend, solo date night vibe, everything's like really healthy and wholesome, I just like to take a bunch of photos and then I just post everything. So that's what I actually just did on Instagram, which you should definitely go follow me on Instagram, Alicia Gogan, if you want to see more of, I don't know, just my lifestyle and what I'm getting up to. I don't really have any sort of plans when it comes to Instagram. I just kind of post what I want to post and, you know, just more of my lifestyle. But I posted a few photos. We got some really good photos at the steakhouse that we went to. And I will say, I know my angles well now. But damn, did that take me a while. Like, I used to always think that I was not photogenic, like genuinely not photogenic. But I think that over the years of first loving myself, accepting myself, and not editing my photos, like not editing my face or using filters, really helped me change the way that I viewed myself. Because I feel like body dysmorphia and just like even like face dysmorphia, I feel like, you know, when you are so used to looking at yourself with filters, or in general, you're so used to hating and picking on all your flaws, obviously any photo you take, you're gonna hate. And I feel like as the years went by and I just kind of trained myself to really like love how I looked on camera, also obviously off camera, but especially in photos, I found that the perception that I have of myself, but in general, the way I take photos now can be really, really good. And mind you, not every single photo is good, but I will say, I don't know, the photos that I take now, I definitely level up. But what I was gonna say is, I definitely know my angles, and I will say there's something to be said about a flash. At least for me, my photos turn out so much better when I'm getting a flash photo taken of me. But also I think like doing my makeup, now I don't do a lot for my makeup, so I don't think my makeup is the thing that's necessarily speaking in these photos. Like I literally just put Ilia foundation on and some blush, and I do my eyebrows. And I don't want to sound like a pick-me girl being like, oh, I don't even wear makeup to look hot. Like, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just saying, I don't know really how to do makeup, especially for flash photos. And the fact that I still look good when a flash photo is taken of me, considering I don't really know how to do makeup, I don't know. That just makes me happy because I be doing the least. I don't know how to do makeup properly. Anyways, I also wore this really cute silk dress. I got it like 2 seasons ago at Zara, so I don't have a link and I don't know how you could get that, but I'm sure you can find similar ones. I think maybe I have links to similar ones. I actually do. Similar ones on my Like to Know It if you're interested, but I love that dress. I feel like you can dress it up, you can dress it down. We went to the club after a steakhouse night on Saturday night for my friend's birthday. It was actually really fun, which I always talk about not going to the clubs, which I don't tend to do, but usually if I'm ever there, it's always because like somebody's birthday. Although not all of my friends go to the clubs for their birthday, but this one did. So we went, and it was actually really fun. We went to Silent H, and we just danced and had the best time. And then on Sunday night was actually my best friend Joy's surprise 100K dinner. She had hit 100K on Instagram, and we usually, like, especially for content creators, but maybe just like my friend group of content creators, we like to celebrate those milestones when you hit 100K, or when I hit 1 million downloads on my podcast, when I hit, obviously when you hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, you get a plaque, like things like that. I don't know. I just think sometimes I don't know, maybe some people think maybe it's cringy, and it totally could, but it also doesn't have to be. Like, I think that it's such an accomplishment to actually celebrate some of those wins of like how much work you put in to getting to that level. And although I know the difficulty of busting your ass and working a regular 9 to 5 and or like being a server, like I was a server for so long, or going to school, like juggling life and just hustling. Like influencer life is way different than that. I definitely know that, but I still think that it's important to celebrate your wins regardless of the type of job that you're doing or the season of life that you're in. Like I obviously have a much better lifestyle and life than I used to when I was younger, just of all the things that I've gone through. But I think that just because it's easier now doesn't mean that I shouldn't celebrate and shouldn't be grateful and really be proud of the work that I continuously do and show up, even if it's a different type of work now. So anyways, we went to Dasha in Toronto, which is such a good restaurant. Every single thing there is fire. So yeah, I had a really good weekend of seeing friends. Gonna do the same thing next weekend, and I'm gonna vlog a little bit as well. Y'all, wait, can we just take this in, this cloud situation? I just looked on the weather network and all of a sudden it says it's gonna be severe thunderstorm warning. And then you see all of this. It got so dark. Like, I know you can't really tell because the lighting is just not gonna pick up, but my apartment is all of a sudden so dark now. Like, look over here. Oh my God, look. Not like I've never seen like this type of weather before, but look at that. That is wild. And then it goes all the way over here, and then the CN Tower is like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, yeah, but like on the other side of that. I was just about to sit out on my patio and chill for the rest of the night. And also, it's a long weekend, so they're supposed to be doing fireworks, and I can always see the fireworks here, but I don't know if that's gonna be happening anymore. But anyways, I'm gonna take the stuff off my patio because I don't want it to get wet. If I get a clip of the fireworks, maybe I'll insert it before I end the vlog, but maybe they won't be doing it. Last thing I'm gonna do is have some dinner. So I'm just having some of the pasta, which I already had a little bit when I made it. It is so good. And then a little bit of this is maple tahini type of salad situation, like cabbage, carrots, lettuce, I think, but like shredded. And then I have my half orange juice, half ginger kombucha. I am watching Angelica Oles. I love her commentary. I've been watching her since she started her YouTube channel, honestly. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this and that'll be it for tonight. See you in the next one. Bye.